Hi, I'm Missy McCall. I'm president of Dix Road Property Management and retire with real estate.
And I am Myra Hargrove. I am the COO of both of those companies.
We're here to talk to you about a really exciting program that we've been working on for
About a year.
almost a year. It is called a Residence Benefit Package. I think it has the wrong name, but that's Second Nature's name and I can't change it because I think it's as much of an owner's benefit package as it is a residence benefit package. And it's also a huge benefit to us because it allows us to take better care of you.
Again, we are about a year into building a relationship with a company and a team of people that we feel like are going to be able to deliver some great benefits to our owners, and everything that we do that benefits your resident will absolutely return to you exponentially.
So let's dig into it. Residents want more. We all want more. This gives them some of the bells and whistles that they're really, I think, are going to be exciting to them. Amazon and Starbucks has changed our world. Now, retire with real estate's about to change their world again. And we all know, if you've had a turn in the last year, you know how much costs are going up. And they're rising. HVAC is horrible.
Yeah, 5 years ago, you would have paid $3,500 to put in an entire brand new furnace and air conditioner, and that cost is more than doubled. Today, if you have a complete overhaul of that system, it's going to run you $7,500 to $8,000. And that doesn't include some of the new government revisions that are being required within our industry and the building industry, and those are changes due to global warming. What used to be your Freon is now not allowed, and they have new products, but those new products are easily twice the cost. Easily. So that increase in the wear and tear on your furnace and your AC is more and more important, and so one of the benefits that we're building into this package will absolutely directly affect the care and the maintenance on the HVAC products in your property.
There are two parts of this package that I get really excited about. And the first one is bugs. Pest control is absolutely amazing in this program. When they say it's an average of $250 to $8,000, they're not counting the cost of lost days. That's just the cost of getting the pests out of the property. Our average cost per day for a vacant property is $40 a day, and you're never going to get that back. And at $40 a day, an average pest control is $1,100, and it takes at least 35 days to kill those bugs. So you're not looking at $250 to $8,000, you're looking at a minimum of $3,100. So this is going to be exciting. It is tough to get ahead for our tenants, and there are some things that are going to really change the way that they pay their rent and how credit affects them paying their rent on time.
So, how are we going to do this? What's going to be our bottom line?
Well, we're looking at increasing retention because we're giving them some bells and whistles so that they won't leave our services, because right now we're the only game in town that has the service. We know for you it's going to lower maintenance costs, and it's going to lower surprise costs that are very expensive. And then lastly, it's going to protect your investment, because we're going to know if there's bugs in the wall that have been living there for the last 5 years, and you won't have that $8,000 pest control bill. So, want to see how it works?
Let's see how it works.
All right. First, air filter deliveries.
So, Second Nature and their team will now be delivering new filters to your property quarterly. The filters are labeled, they're dated, and what's going to be really important to you is, according to Second Nature, It reduces your HVAC maintenance calls and costs by 38%.
That's a huge number.
And lowers your tenant's utility bills by 15%. And we all know when they save money, they do a better job of paying rent.
Yes.
It should also extend the life of that HVAC unit, which, again, going back to the cost of new equipment today, that 5-year extended life that's a big deal. The other thing that this is going to do is, you all know that we do occupied annual inspections, and we have already started with our inspection team. They know that this is going live, and they know now that when they go into a property that is enrolled in the resident benefit package, they pull the filter, and if it's not clean, there is absolutely no excuse for not changing that filter now. So you'll see that show up on your statement as a charge to the tenant.
I think that's really exciting because that's a huge deal. And again, my favorite topic, pests. We've been very fortunate because we're such a large portfolio. Second Nature has given us the gift of allowing us to schedule pest control. Normally the tenants can call and do it. They still can, but in addition to the tenants being able to call, when we do an inspection, we're always looking for dogs and cats that aren't on the lease. And even if they are on the lease now and there's fleas present, we can call and have those treated so again they don't grow out of control. And I think that's really, really exciting for us.
What this does is it really operates as if this were a pest control co-op.
Yes.
So the cost, what we're finding is that when tenants were not reporting the pest, it's because they know the cost, they're going to bear the cost of the treatment. They've lived in the property for a year or two, it has roaches, now maybe it has fleas. They know that when they report that, they bear the cost. So a lot of times they don't report that.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the struggles that we do see in our re-rent department. This is going to remove that. The tenants know, I see something, I say something, I don't bear the cost. There's really no excuse anymore for not reporting the first bug you see in that property.
I felt like we were just at the airport. See something, say something. It is exciting. And again, we're looking for those pests. And for those of you that don't know, anytime a tenant gives notice that they're moving out of the property, within that 30 days we do an inspection so that we can see in advance if there are pests and problems, what we're going to face when they do move out. So this will be another benefit to shorten our days on market for re-rents because we'll know that there's pests there and we can get rid of them.
The other thing this is going to do for the tenant, and what we hope will be a tenant retention point for them, is this is going to allow them to build credit. We all know tenants often don't have great credit scores, but what this should absolutely help with, this one and the next benefit, are the two that are going to require, and they're going to motivate your tenants to be paying rent and utilities on time and in full.
So, what else are we going to do for our tenants?
So the resident reward program that's part of this, they will choose their reward. There's an app they'll load onto their phone, and every single time that they pay rent on time and in full, it will get reported to this this app, this company, this third party, and they will earn points that they can redeem. They could redeem those for movie tickets or a Starbucks gift card or a Kroger card. So they get to pick their how they earn their rewards. But again, they don't earn rewards unless they're paying on time and in full. So we're hoping that this absolutely helps, especially in the collections department, so that they're not making so many payment arrangements.
Renter's insurance. I told you there were two things that I was really, really, really excited about.
Turns out there's three.
Really?
Yes, pest control, HVAC, and now insurance.
I'm excited about the program. As you know, we have our own insurance company, and this is adding to you and protecting you. There's $100,000 in landlord liability coverage. There's $10,000 in personal content coverage for the tenant, and we know most of our tenants didn't have renter's insurance when they had a fire, so they really lost everything in many cases. There's a $25,000 dog bite liability program that has no breed restrictions. You know, we restrict breeds for our properties. However, if it's an ESA dog, we can't restrict that breed. We had a pet goat at one property that was a emotional support animal, and I'm not making it up. So that is a huge benefit for you. $3,000 for the tenant of additional living expenses, because we know when we move, we lose all of our groceries and our mattresses and those sort of things when a fire happens. Then $1,000 in pet damages. I mean, that is unheard of. So that's another $1,000 to reduce your cost at the end of a term if a pet has done damage. Both of those are only covered if we know about the pet. But as you know, our inspectors know how to take pictures of dog bowls and litter boxes and all the things that let us know that there's really a pet in the property. The next two are absolutely unheard of. If a tenant moves into the property and the property has not had bed bugs, and it has them now, there's an additional $500 in bed bug coverage. And the one I've never seen on an insurance policy is $1,000 in mold coverage. You know, like I said at the beginning, there are compliance issues that have to hit some of these. For example, with the mold coverage, it can't be because you don't turn on your exhaust fan and you don't clean the mold off your walls from your half-hour hot showers. So there are limitations, but still, if you meet all of those, and some of them have deductible, you have some really, really great coverages for me and for them, for you and them.
The biggest benefit, and we haven't even touched on it yet, is that because we are rolling out a resident benefit package that includes tenant or renter's insurance, now every single resident in every single property will be required to have renter's insurance, including the homes that have those ESA animals. So one of the problems with ESA compliance is that not only are you not allowed to charge them their monthly pet fees, but you are not required to have them carry renter's insurance if your entire portfolio under management is not required.
Yes.
This changes everything. Every property, every tenant now must be on a renter's insurance policy.
And will be by the end of October of next year.
So are we getting any pushback from our residents?
Absolutely not. And you know that when we first started talking with Second Nature, that was my biggest concern. And they told us that the residents get excited about it, but I didn't quite believe
It's
them.
true. There's a real buzz. We have started to promote this on our website and in our BB Rent site. So even our existing residents are starting to hear about this resident benefit package, and our leasing customer service team, they are fielding calls daily now from folks that aren't necessarily in the immediate pipeline to enroll, but they want in. So
Well, let's talk about how people do enroll.
okay.
So getting 2,200 families to commit to a new benefit package, I thought was a daunting task. So Second Nature suggests that you do it when a new tenant moves in and at lease renewal. So this month and next month, that'll be a little light because, of course, people don't move in December most of the time. Some do, but it's not our biggest month for sure. And then we'll... So
this is going live on the tenant side today.
Today.
On October 1st, they start. So any new lease signing today and beyond will be enrolled in the resident benefit package. And all of the lease renewals that go into effect October 1st will also be enrolled in the resident benefit package. This is not optional.
Correct.
It is not optional for the resident. It is not optional for our owners. The way we get 100% compliance is to require that it be 100% participation.
Absolutely. The bottom line, everybody wins. You are getting materials delivered to your property that we couldn't do economically as they do, which will extend the life of your HVAC program.
You're getting pest control co-opt and
Fabulous
resident
insurance.
benefit, some increase in our retention. Again, we've been a year building this out, and we really just feel like it is an absolute win-win-win. It's a win for you as an owner, it's a win for the resident, and it should be a win for our company.
Absolutely, because we'll be able to take better care of our owners. So, how costly is this, Myra?
Let's talk about what it costs.
So, we have 2 resident benefit packages, and the first one is what we're requiring of just about everyone. And that is, again, the quarterly furnace filters, pest control, credit building, resident rewards, and renter's insurance. And that cost to the tenant is $32, and the cost to the owner is $15. If you live in one of our lower income units or apartments where you have baseboard heat and don't need the benefit of having furnace filters delivered, you don't have to do that. So we can reduce that for those tenants only to $15 a month for them and $15 a month for you. That gives them the pest control and it gives them the renter's insurance, which are your 2 biggest benefits. Right. And then if the tenant already has insurance and they don't want to go to ours, and I think they'd be crazy not to, then they can opt out of the insurance if they send their policy to Second Nature and it is approved. And then they have to do it every year. They can't just do it once and they forget about it. They monitor that very carefully. Right. So that's really the total breakdown of this package. $15 when your tenant signs up, and we're also going to have an open enrollment. So if the tenants want to join immediately, they can, because I think that's a huge benefit for you too.
I'm going to work with our team so that we come up with a way that tags or flags your property into as an RBP carried property. That'll help you to identify if you have 5 properties in your Ohio portfolio and you just kind of at a glance want to know who's enrolled in the resident benefit package and who's not. We're going to do some things inside of Appfolio. They're going to make that easy to see.
Yes.
So we'll be working with Isaac and Amy and your investor customer service team to get them up to speed so that they can help to answer some of your questions. I know that if you've read through the letter, you'll see that we do plan to do a live Zoom call.
Yes.
And so if you've got a lot of questions about how this works, what the benefits are to you, just get your questions ready, and we'll be sending out another notification within Appfolio that we're going to have our live Zoom call, and we look forward to as many of you participating as you can.
Absolutely. So again, $15 when your tenant signs up, and we're really, really excited about this.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and again, please prepare your questions, and we're excited and we're ready to talk about it. So
absolutely. Have a great day.